Nations of the earth shout and leap. For joy we have a new birth of freedom under God. The first seal has been revealed. Now come and see, it is the marriage of the Lamb and the bride. It is interracial, it is international. The world has an invitation to come. It is to propagate virtue, honesty, competence, and truth, and sacred marriage of the Lamb and the bride. To all the nations of the earth shout and leap, for joy we have a new birth of freedom under God. The first seal has been revealed. Now come and see, it is the marriage of the Lamb and the bride. It is interracial, it is international. The world has an invitation to come. It is to propagate virtue, honesty, competence, and truth, and sacred marriage of the Lamb and the bride.
Peace, everyone. Good health, goodwill, a good appetite, good manners, good behavior, all success and all prosperity, wisdom, knowledge, and all understanding, these and all other blessings to you are given. At this particular instance, I have risen. Yea, I arose at this time to tell you the world has an invitation to come. The interraciality and the internationality and the universality of my marriage to my spotless virgin bride, and the integration and amalgamation of every nation, language, tongue, and people is plain to see. By nature, we are impersonal. As I said, by composition, as a transmission and transcription of my spirit from my own wisdom. That little composition came forth into expression, verifying the experience of what you all are presently experiencing. The world has an invitation to come and to propagate and reincarnate, reproduce and personify and repersonify the reality of what our marriage calls for. To propagate what the inspiration say. By this, through the daily press, the Associated Press, and through and by the New Day, all people, yea, all peoples, universally, have an invitation to come. You can see on or in the pages of the New Day, page 2 and 3 of this week's issue of the New Day. It's a general invitation to come. And it's for the purpose of showing you something second to nothing, better known, ordinarily speaking, in our present accepted language of diction, better known as second to none. We are happy to present to you a sample and an example of the mystery of the truth of God to the children of men, and how he has been and will be reincarnated in them to propagate and promulgate, to emphasize and advocate the virtues and the holiness of my spotless virgin bride, and to bring into your mind's eye, by visualization, a practical course in psychology on supply, on democracy, and on brotherhood, on Christianity, on Americanism, and on Judaism as synonymous. Can you not see that these qualities of humanity are not confined nor bound to that of any racial or national abstraction, since it is for the personnel of humanity universally the same as our common international or national intelligence and civilization. It is not confined nor bound to any national origin. It's not confined nor bound to any personality. But the very spirit of our civilization, with all our human education, is impersonal by nature and universal, and in reality it is contagious with and for every individual. You can be partakers of it. That's why you all, of all complexions, of all racial and national abstractions, and of all appearances, great and small, those of the great nations of the world, and leading nations of our civilization, they are coming to the recognition of God's actual presence with them, and of his omniscience to teach them wisdom. God's omniscience transcends all human intelligence. Aren't you glad? It goes into infinitude, the end you cannot psychologically nor mathematically vision. Aren't you glad? For God is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent and absolutely impersonal as the wind that blows. It is free for you and it's free for yours. Therefore, the world has an invitation to come. To receive a practical course in psychology on supply. A practical course in psychology on brotherhood and democracy. A practical course in psychology on democracy. Can you not see the mystery? For this cause, I, your humble servant, personally, apparently insignificant, I have come to teach our civilization wisdom. To propagate something. To give you a real course on brotherhood. To give you a real course on democracy, Christianity, Americanism, and Judaism as synonymous. So that all of these isms of humanity in expression might be e pluribus unum put into practice, and democracy universally in action. Aren't you glad? I need not say more at this particular instance, as that little composition is explanatory in itself. If it is not in music as should be explicitly depicted, it is in the melody and also written. The world has an invitation to come. My fellow citizens, hearers and friends, because you have an invitation, do not feel yourselves superior nor inferior to others. For the world has an invitation to come. You all have been invited. The same invitation is in the AP, the Associated Press, as is in the New Day. And the same invitation in the New Day is as the invitations I have sent you all personally and individually. For the world has an invitation to come. I have not done anything yet to what I will do. If someone else will not take it up and do better, I shall feed and clothe the people universally. Aren't you glad? God in the midst of you is the same that He has always been. Someone declared by composition He came treading the winepress all alone. As a prediction, it was recorded as Isaiah carried it, coming from Bozer with dyed garments on. Aren't you glad? And I say, live in this recognition and realize wheresoever a foot has ever trod the ocean, wheresoever our foot has ever trod the soil. Some may consider you do not tread the ocean. But whether you tread the ocean physically or not, you may tread the ocean mentally and spiritually. And the feet may trod the soil physically. For who is this that cometh bringing good news and glad tidings? You all realize I am the one. I did not mean to take up so much time at this. But as I am moved from within my own spirit and my own mind, I want to let the world know the world has an invitation to come. It's greater, bigger, and better than that of a literary invitation. For a literary invitation is limited. But my spiritual invitation is infinite. Aren't you glad? Of this cause come and vision. Their perfect picture of perfection in action. In every field of activity expressing supremacy and manifesting himself superbly, because God is supreme and God is superb and shall be the same throughout all eternity. The world has an invitation to come. Aren't you glad? All nations, languages, tongues, and people have an invitation to come. With my compliments and love and compassion and mercy, I call you. So that you might be partakers of something that you could not do and could not be without me. I say the world has an invitation to come. I'm not trying to make progress. Not any of my true followers are going around soliciting and begging and stealing. Not a true follower of mine is on the relief, neither take the dough. For my spirit and my presence will cause them to express themselves independently. Even as our country declared her independence as a nation, everyone to express a real citizenry of true Americanism. And I'm talking about citizenship. In reality, they must express their independence individually, severally, and collectively, even as our country declared her independence as a nation. Wonderful. Jot those thoughts down in your vocabularies and in your notebooks, and stamp them in your memory to remember from this day henceforth and forever. Whatsoever I am telling you, I have aforetold you. But what I tell you in words, I have told you scripturally. And I have told you inspirationally. I have told you politically and legally. Because even in our legal courts of law, You are not taught to be grafters, racketeers, and stealers. You are taught to be independent, even if some people want you to go around begging. They do not want you to be racketeers and grafters. For this cause, I have lifted the sanitation of perfect honesty, and my spotless virgin bride that sits by my side. As a sample and as an example, you all should be. I would not present to you and place before your mind's eye and your physical eye to observe something that is absurd, something that is inferior, something that is low rated or disintegrated. But I present to you, my fellow citizens, heirs and friends of all humanity. I'm speaking of the civilization in which we are presently living. This is a sample and an example for all of the people. Aren't you glad? You may sow the seeds of poverty if you wish to, and you will reap the fruit of the same. But if you sow the seeds of abundance, you will reap the fruit of the same. I'm a practical psychologist and master metaphysician and DD, if you wish to observe it. I'll teach you divinely, and will also teach you psychology. And I will teach you of all of the true philosophies of our present democracy and of our past civilization. Let us live in this recognition and build upon this foundation, and you will have something to vision, something that is incorruptible, something that is undefiled, something that does not fade away. Aren't you glad? I do not wish to bore you at this time, but I wish to stress this thought upon your mind. The world has an invitation to come. I am calling from all the ends of the earth, and I'm calling into and to all of the ends of the earth. Come unto me, all ye that are weary and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and thou shalt find rest for thy soul. Aren't you glad? But you cannot find this rest until you learn of me. You cannot necessarily learn of me just literally. For man looks on the outward appearance, but God looks on the heart. And again I have said, God has hid these things from the wise and prudent, but revealed them to babes and sucklings. Where is the wise? And where are the scribes? Has not God chosen the dumb things of this world to confound the wise? So take these thoughts to consideration and take cognizance implicitly and sincerely of what I'm telling you, and I will be with you. I have declared what I am, I am my attributes personified, as you can see in the conclusion of my letters. I have declared what I am. Can you not see the mystery? Then vision it and I in these attributes and characteristics and qualities of being will be with you with all victory, success, and prosperity. And you will not have an occasion to fret nor worry. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.